All right, so I am on press shooting something, and I got to thinking, hey, you know what? There's a handful of things that are super useful for people, especially new printers, to learn. So, one of the things that I want to show you today is print order and how a top white can function and how it can actually sometimes um, make it so that you get a lot of detail back into a print. Okay, so I'm going to put something on press and I'm going to walk you through it, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to explain. Okay. Okay, so this is the final product. We're going to have white and we're going to have orange. Now, if you take a look at this, you can see that there are some really crisp lines in here. This is actually made up of 3 plates. So there is an underbase that goes underneath everything. There's an orange, and then there's a top white. And the top white actually restores a bunch of those lines. So I'm going to go take this up on press, and I'm going to show you each layer, and then I'm going to come back and go over this a little bit. Okay, so we're going to start with swinging our shirt around here, get it under press, lock it in, and then let's see if I can get this so that it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's pull this off to the side, and you can see it's a nice solid white. Okay, I'm going to go flash this, and then we're going to throw orange on it. Okay, so if you want bonus points, after you flash it and get it hot, run a roller over it. There's a Teflon sheet underneath it, and it makes the print a little bit smoother. The smoother the surface that you're printing on, the better your print is going to turn out. Okay, I got this locked in. Okay, now I'm going to throw a couple passes on here. Okay. Then we're going to pop it out, and you can see what I got. Okay, a big gnarly mess. Okay, now let's go flash this, and then we'll throw the final pass of white on top, which will give me a nice bright punchy WLF and rings and all of that. And it will restore my lines, because you see the ink is kind of running, and when it gets squished down onto the shirt, it blows the gasket, squirts out a little bit, and so you just can't hold lots and lots and lots of detail. You have to reclaim some of that detail. Okay, so let me flash this and we'll go over to the white one. Okay, so we're going to get the last of the flash on here. I wound up throwing a little bit more orange on there, because I don't know if you saw that. It looks like my white wasn't completely flashed solid, and that happens sometimes when your platens are cold. As you get to printing, especially on a manual press, you will discover that your platens that are, if they're honeycomb, they heat up and they stay consistent. If they're MDF or something like that, they will sometimes take a little bit longer. Okay, so if you take a look in here, you can see that there's lines and stuff in the art for this. Okay, so lower the head. One pass. I'm not going to do multiple passes, because what'll happen is you can actually blow your gasket, and then you have all kinds of problems. But as you can see, the third pass gives me all of my lines back. It's super crispy. And you can see that it makes a very, very good print. My whites are nice and bold, and the thing is that we used to go double underbase and then throw the orange on there when we were on a manual press. It takes just a deft hand, and honestly, you're just better off learning how to line screens up, make one extra screen, and just be able to go, shoot, make volume, and this is just a better practice. All right, hopefully that helped you out. I am happy to help you guys, especially, like there's a bunch of fundamental tricks that a lot of new printers discover, but I would way prefer making it so that uh, you're taught more than you're discovering things. So if this video is helpful, let me know. If there's something that you feel like you're stuck with or you're stuck on and you feel like other people aren't, it may be just because you haven't had the experience. Send me a message, leave a comment, that sort of thing, and I will see if I can address it. We'll catch you later. Bye-bye.